All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about AI, but not the cool, futuristic stuff. We're talking about what happens when it all goes wrong. When an AI makes a mistake, who pays the price? This entire explainer is based on a fantastic deep dive from rudrikastory.com, and we're going to break it all down.
So, just imagine this for a second. You're all packed, ready for a trip, but you end up missing your flight. Why? Because that super helpful AI chatbot you used to check the baggage policy, it just made it up. Totally wrong.
Okay, let's ramp that up. What if it's something way more serious? An AI tool suggests a medicine dosage, you trust it, and you wind up in the hospital. Suddenly, the consequences are, well, they're life-altering.
Or how about this? Your dream to work or study in another country gets completely crushed. The chatbot you asked for help with the rules gave you completely fabricated advice, and your application gets rejected instantly. So in every one of these cases, who's responsible? Who foots the bill?
The answer, and it's a tough one to swallow, is shockingly simple. Nobody. You're completely on your own.
So how is that even possible? Well, it all comes down to what the source calls the fine print game. It's a game that creates this massive accountability black hole.
You have seen this text 1,000 times. We all have, and we all just scroll right past it. But this is the company's shield. They sell you this incredibly powerful product, and then they hide behind these disclaimers that basically absolve them of any responsibility.
So let's just translate that legal jargon into plain English, shall we? What it really means is, if our very smart-sounding AI completely ruins your health, your career, or your finances, well, that sounds like a you problem.
And this analogy just nails how absurd this whole situation is. I mean, think about it. Would you ever get behind the wheel of a car with a warning like that? No way. And yet, that's kind of what we're doing every single day with these tools.
And this brings us right to the heart of the matter, the AI complaint black hole. It's a system designed almost perfectly so that when you have a very real problem caused by an AI, your complaint just vanishes. It goes into a void with absolutely no legal path to get it resolved.
Okay, so that raises a really important question. What if you try to fight back? Why don't the usual channels, the courts, the regulators, why don't they help?
This table pretty much says it all. In a place like India, you go to consumer court, the company just points to its disclaimer, and boom, case dismissed. In the US, they'll use the industry buzzword, oh, it was a hallucination. That's their fancy way of saying the AI made stuff up, and right now, regulators don't know what to do with that. Even the big, new EU AI Act doesn't classify most chatbots as high risk, so they get regulated like they're just toys.
So, when all the official doors are slammed in your face, what's left? Public pressure. That's it. You have to go online and make as much noise as possible. It stops being about justice and starts being about damage control for the company's PR team.
And we really need to be clear about something. This isn't just some theoretical tech problem. The stakes here are incredibly high. The human cost is very, very real.
Just think about a farmer in India. He trusts an AI application for critical advice on how to mix pesticides. The AI gets it wrong, and just like that, his entire crop, his entire livelihood for the year is wiped out. Who does he turn to?
Or take a student who uses an AI to double-check a crucial application deadline for a scholarship. The AI is wrong. It's a tiny error for the machine, but for her, it's a massive, life-altering loss.
And then there's this one, which is just chilling. A person worried about their health is told by a chatbot that their symptoms are probably just stress. That advice causes them to delay seeing a real doctor. That delay could be the difference between a treatable illness and a tragedy.
This quote from the source just hits the nail on the head. It's the perfect setup for these companies. When the AI is amazing, they get all the praise, all the glory. But when it fails, sometimes catastrophically, the user gets all the blame.
So, the problem is clear, and it is serious. But just pointing out the problem isn't enough. What's the solution? How do we actually start to fix this and demand some real accountability?
Well, the analysis lays out 3 really clear steps that regulators could take. First off, if a chatbot is dishing out medical or financial advice, it's not a toy. It needs to be classified as a high-risk AI system. Simple. Second,
Create actual funds so victims of AI errors have a way to claim compensation. And third, enforce truth in labeling. If you market your AI as a productivity tool, it better be reliable, and you better be responsible when it's not.
But this is where we hit the reality check. Are governments actually doing this? Well, not so much. The EU's AI Act is a good start, but there are still huge gaps. In India, the Digital India Act has been on its way for years now. And in the US, it seems like lawmakers get more mileage out of flashy public hearings with CEOs than from doing the hard work of writing laws that actually protect people.
And that leaves us with this one final, powerful thought. We are all using these incredible, world-changing products every single day. But the single most important feature, accountability, well, that's still in beta.
This is obviously a really complex and fast-moving issue. To keep digging into it, I can't recommend enough that you go check out the source for this whole explainer. For more deep analysis on AI, search, strategy, and a whole lot more, you've got to visit rudrakastory.com.